Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokak Pudash, the one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, have mercy upon you. Okay. I told you all that they were going to graduate from rioting and from the pushing and shoving to those swords, meaning the modern day sword today is those guns. Now the FBI got a reward out for $50,000 for a man. Authorities say fired a gun at ICE agents doing raid. Hey man, who knows? It could have been a pop gun, could have been a real gun. Who knows? But a lot of people getting set up. You know, a lot of these people been probably half of them, probably half of them, a majority of them, they probably are working for the elite. You know, well, not the actual elite, but the elite paying them to get them money to what? To what you see, which is all the hell that is going on in these cities all across America. Hey man, you know, it always slow grind coming down south, you know, because the West, New York City, California, those are the major cities, man, and those are the ones that, hey man, they have to contain those cities first because those where the majority of the people at. But a lot of people done left New York. A lot of people done left California. Those places, man, there are millions of people upon millions of people that's in the South now living, and this place is overcrowded now. This place is already overcrowded anyway. You know, Esau got us living on top of one another anyway. But this, you know, hey man, we here, man. Jacob Trouble here. It just, you know, it just gradually taking place and escalating day by day, and it's gonna get worse and worse. You know, Biden's gonna be dropping real soon. They need rides. Now they just, you know, pushing and shoving. Got a little shooting here and there, but soon bodies will be dropping. So let's see this out here.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for a suspect after an ICE raid turned violent. The reward is for this man, who they say fired at federal agents during an immigration raid on a California farm. This comes after shooting incidents at 2 DHS facilities in Texas in recent days. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for the capture of this man, who authorities say is seen on video firing a gun at federal law enforcement agents during the chaotic immigration raid on a cannabis farm northwest of Los Angeles. ICE agents clashed with protesters and deployed tear gas and smoke canisters. Today, relatives of some of the workers rushed to the gates of the farm to tell those still hiding inside it was safe to come out. This man ushered into a car. Authorities say they arrested about 200 undocumented immigrants at 2 cannabis farms and found 10 minors. Agents posed with them for this photo. 4 protesters are now facing charges, and the search for the man in the video follows a string of violent incidents targeting those carrying out the administration's mass deportation agenda. Tonight, the FBI is issuing a $25,000 reward for this man, who it believes was part of an alleged July 4th plot to ambush correction officers at an ICE detention facility in Texas. 11 others have also been charged. Officials at the detention center say they were lured outside by fireworks.
Let me see that again. It's about over with anyway. 11 others have been charged.
Detention centers say they were lured outside by fireworks aimed at the building and then faced gunfire. 1 local officer was wounded.
An assailant who is positioned.
Oh yeah, I ain't go back forward now. There we go.
Facility In Texas, 11 others.
Look at all these people, man. Look at all these people. Look, I see one or two Northern Kingdom here and there, but most of these people are what? Are so-called white people. Are so-called white people. Cannabis farm. You know what cannabis is, right? A marijuana farm. These people be sitting on millions and millions of dollars, man. And hey, man, they just all they doing, and I can't say this enough, is that they are tearing down the inner workings of America. It said accused of aiming pistol at a ICE agent during a cannabis farm raid. See these folks here? They trying to keep those immigrants, because those immigrants working, man. They working. The farmers, everybody's doing, the farms. How about, I seen a video, right? I don't know if it was on one of the brother videos, or I seen a video. I think I ran across the video where, check this shit out here now. I'm talking about the farmers. Not to get off subject, but they're all, the subject is, subject matter is still in the same vicinity of that's what I'm talking about anyway. Anyway, the white farmers, they don't have anybody to pick their fruits and vegetables or whatever they selling, right? How about they mad at the so-called black farmers because they want the black farmers to help them pick theirs. Hey man, this thing here is getting worse and worse and worse, and it's gonna continue on getting worse, but it's just a whole lot I want to say. I'm trying to catch I'm trying to get a little better with cussing y'all out, which is nothing anyway, because curses are curses, meaning Esau Edom created all these different terms and words, and we're Jake, mainly Jake, and Esau done took them and made them out of so-called curse words, and but curses is the curse. Though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. How about that?
Others have also been charged. Officials at the detention center say they were lured outside by fireworks aimed at the building and then faced gunfire. One local officer was wounded.
An assailant who was positioned in the woods shot him in the neck area.
His Customs and Border Protection office in McAllen, Texas, also came under fire. A gunman was fatally shot by authorities after he pockmarked the building with dozens of rounds.
These people are shooting now, man. These people are shooting now. So all of that. Let's skip this here. Let's go to the next video here, which is damn. Hold up, where is that? Damn, missed the damn video. Here it is, about 10 hours ago. Here it is. It's a anti-ICE protesters face off against what Border Patrol agents in Camarillo, California, amidst farm raids. Farms, man. You know who working on them farms, man? That's Issachar. Issachar, right? They working on them farms. So listen up.
De gente traumada, gente que no sabe dónde están sus parientes, gente que está llorando, aterrorizada sobre la pinche situación. Llegaron bravos estos pinches cobardes y ya nos han tratado de desplegar y somos más que lo que...
you guys take part in this fucking genocide? You guys have been continuing the onslaught for more than 500 years. You fucking white oppressors came here. Fuck every single one of you.
Check. Awesome. Cool.
I don't get it. You know, you fighting to stay in America. You fighting to stay in America, but you out here walking with a damn flag from another country. I get it, but why do that? You just make these. All you doing is making these guys even more. Hey man, this is Esau Edom, man, and Esau Edom is still in control of the earth, man. You know these devils they are going to start gunning y'all down, man, like no other, man. You already see they don't give a damn about you. Esau Edom always been dropping bodies and then hide his hands. Look what they just did to those people in the cargo planes. You think they don't care, man? Ain't gonna tell how many of these immigrants that they have slaughtered, the ones that they got now. Where they taking all those people? All those people going somewhere. Where they taking all those people? And they ain't got nowhere to put all these people, man. That alligator place, whatever it is, or Alcatraz, whatever it is, it ain't enough. It's not enough. This shit gonna get worse and worse, man. But we love it. See, ICE agent got who? Probably got one or two of their people up in here, and they taking them off. And these people be attacking the agents, man. This shit ain't gonna last much longer, man. Keep it up. Y'all just keep it up. Esau Edom get ready to show them horns, show enough now. Hold on, like somebody busted one out right there. Let me see that again. One more time, y'all. One more time. Yeah, right there. Right there. Just caught the one back of the window right there with a brick and busted right out. Let's see, can we give him an action right here?
Hey! When that guy gets back, he's fucked. We're taking that guy. Take the fucking ball first. Surround him. Don't let him. Fuck you! Grab it! You want it! Right in there! He's doing that! You thunder inside!
Hey man, this shit is going on all over America, man. All over America. How about I got some I got some goddamn musical rights. Stay over here by me, right? You talking about some party animals, man. I mean, I don't get. I mean, it's about 15 of them in that house, about 15 of them, and they just. I mean, and every day they playing loud music and party. I already know, man. ICE gonna come down through that motherfucker, boy, and take all their ass away, man. Cause these white folk get tired of their ass. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Gotta have a little fun with this here, man. They run around beating on these goddamn cans and shit, man. See, like get a little more people. See, like get a little action, a little more action right here, right? Hey, this shit is hilarious, man. I be sitting around here, y'all just don't know. I be sitting up in him, just flipping through these videos here, man. These people, man, these people is crazy, man. Let's click on this here. Here go a little more action right here. I know they're gonna give me a damn commercial. So like for that. This fun gonna turn into a tragedy.
A massive all-day raid at a sprawling farm in Camarillo and took dozens of workers into custody.
The sweep, one of the largest operations conducted by immigration officials in Southern California, sparked tense standoffs between police and protesters. It began around 11 o'clock this morning at Glass House Farms, a licensed cannabis facility in Camarillo. Workers were chased down in the fields and warehouses, handcuffed and taken into custody. The armed federal agents used tear gas and rubber bullets to confront hundreds of protesters who gathered amid the chaos.
And we've got live team coverage tonight. Lindsay Pena.
Man, I did not know that them damn cannabis farm was that damn huge. I mean, I guess it would be. I mean, it's marijuana.
To some loved ones of the workers taken into custody, but we want to begin with Mary Beth McDade on the size and the scope of this operation. MB?
Yes, and Rick and Cher, as you can see behind me here, we have protesters. They are coming and going, many parked right in the street. They're just down the block there. They are still in the process of protesting. They're standing up against some of the armed agents that are blocking the road so no one can get any closer to this facility. Now, many of these protesters telling us that they're showing up here to support these farm workers as well as those detained. We're told that the protests began at around 11 this morning, but as far as the raid, we're told that began around 8:30. Federal agents and protesters clash in Camarillo during an immigration enforcement operation at Glass House Farms. It's a large cannabis facility located on Laguna Road near Las Posas.
The farm agricultural area of Camarillo, and agents are here. They were seen actually running through the field at some point.
This man says his girlfriend is one of about 600 employees at the facility.
She called me crying because, I mean, the fact that they're just taking hardworking people, you know, it's...
He says his girlfriend told him that agents took away their phones and were chasing employees.
I can imagine, you know, people are just trying to get away, you know, because people have their kids at home, you know.
He says his girlfriend is a U.S. citizen and he expects to see her later. But he knows many who aren't documented will not get to see their loved ones tonight.
They came to work, and especially right now, kids are on vacation, and they got some kids, their parents are not going to come home, you know, and I think that's pretty sad, you know.
A similar scene also played out at the Glass House facility in Carpinteria.
Around 10 a.m., potentially 9:30 is when community members started sharing information that there was a raid at both Glass House Farms in Camarillo and in Carpinteria.
As dozens of farm workers were detained and taken away in vans, word quickly spread on social media, and more protesters showed up at the facility as the day wore on.
ICE agents had came and they raided this warehouse over there, and they took multiple people and they loaded them up in a bus and they sent them off who knows where.
Elizabeth Ramos tells us she used to work in the fields.
Yeah, it's just hard because there's so much you can do and there's so much that you can't do, you know. I mean, our voice matters and this is all we can do.
Agents lined up on one side of the road to keep protesters back from the facility. At times, the face-off between the two turned tense.
White people trying to keep them damn Israelites, man. They trying to keep them working, baby. You know what? That's all the reporting I'm gonna do, y'all. Hey, that's a whole lot. 20 minutes. 20 minutes of news that I know a lot of y'all didn't even watch. Right? So let's get into the let's get the back here. I wanna see can I put these Edomite face on here. Right. I think they were somewhere up in here. Let me see something right quick. I want to put the Edomites on him, y'all. Or was it the last video? I don't know. Damn, that would have been a good one right now, though. Okay, so let's get into the scriptures, y'all. I'll let it just play a little bit right here. But I'm going to close it out. I'll just, let's go to 2nd Esdras 13, right? 2nd Esdras 13 and 31. And one shall what? Undertake to fight against another. One city against another. One place against another. One people against another. And one realm against another. And the time shall be when what? When these things shall come to pass. And the signs shall what? Shall happen, which I showed thee before. How? Showed thee before for what? Because the scriptures is very clear. What that is, Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were what? Were written before time. Were written for what? For our learning. So, you know, can't say it enough. The Heavenly Father's judgment is like a ring. You know, in the same fashion, in the same aspect of people catching hell, should I say, catching hell, because hell is a condition here on earth. Hell is not under the ground. That's madness. 2nd Esdras 5 and 42. I would liken my judgment unto a ring. So this is the beginnings of Jacob's trouble. The beginnings of the troubles of what? First, well, everybody as a whole, but you know, the ones that are going to be affected the most is what? The wicked 2/3 and Esau Edom, the so-called white man. But right now, Esau is going to continue to hand out this judgment. You know, it's going to escalate. It's going to get bigger. And you so-called black people, y'all ain't safe either. Because soon they're going to be coming after us. They're going to be coming after us as well. You know. But, and if you don't have your how about Hashem, you have a shot with your man, and you depending on Jesus to save you, you won't be saved during this time. You won't be saved, baby. Because I can't say this enough either. You know, the image in your mind, that you in your mind when you calling on Jesus is not going to fit the image in the sky. It's just not going to fit. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe to the world and them that dwell in. Because why? Again, you see these raids, this ICE agents, these ICE agents, should I say, is taking part in taking you where right now Northern Kingdom getting the bulk of it. You even got Esau Edom in the midst of it, because Esau Edom trying to save their what? Trying to save their farms, man. If they take all these immigrants, man, and take them all the way, they take them all the way, man. Guess what? Esau Edom is gonna overnight. His business is gonna be finished. 2nd Esdras 15 and 15. For the sword in their destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And the modern day swords today, man, are guns. Guns. These guns are going to escalate to a larger scale where a lot of people lives are going to be taken, man. And we know what comes after what these guns. You know, when Yahweh Shah appears, what's going to take place then? That's going to be the end of what we know to be what America, which is going to be what? That's that lake of fire. So if you, as a so-called black, Hispanic, and native of this land, out of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali, you better turn. You better turn and do what? And first, start praying in the name of what? Of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, because Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Meaning He is, or He exists, or He is to be. Yahweh Shah, He saves, He delivers. Because salvation is in this time is not going to be all Israel. Just because you're Israelite, you know you're Israelite, you're not going to be saved. The Heavenly Father is only coming here to save from out of America is the 1/3 of the children of Israel, man. That's it. For the sword and their destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, which is what you're seeing. And these things are going to, again, they're going to, look at how large those forms are, man. Big ass forms. These things are going to escalate. It's going to escalate, and the violence are going to get more and more, and they're going to increase. And there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. Verse 16 of 2 Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition. And that word sedition goes into what? People rebelling against what? Against these, look at all that marijuana, man. Look at all that marijuana, man. Anyway, these devils getting rich. But Edom is tearing down his kingdom. Right? For there shall be sedition, and the word sedition again goes into what? People being what? Start rebelling against what? The government, their politicians. They rebelling against what? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their what? Their kings nor their princes. Meaning that goes into what? What I just said, their government officials, their governments and state and local law enforcement, they're what? They're definitely rebelling. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This here, what I'm going in on is, most of these things are already taking place. But again, Jacob's trouble, where that? In Daniel. 1 second, y'all. In Daniel, what do it say in Daniel? There's going to be a time of trouble like never before. For the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since what? There was a nation even to that same time. So what you're seeing a what? You're seeing a small scale of what's about to come. Because what's about to come, a lot of you are not going to be ready for it. You're not going to be ready for it. because it's gonna happen. And when it happens, see how they busting windows out, they throwing bricks, they shooting at ICE agents. See, a lot of these people are just volunteers, and they got these they paying these people, and they are what? And some of these the people behind these uniforms are actually Issachar. Issachar, you got somebody, you got E, you got Jake, you got all of them behind them, all of them are taking part. But soon they're gonna start coming after. You know what people don't really get is that they all have family. Everybody got family. So what you gonna do when the time come when your family, when they start coming to get someone in your family, and you go to what? What you gonna do then? So it's gonna happen. Some of these same ICE agents are gonna happen to them, and some of these same people that are wearing these uniforms regardless of what your nationality, because they're all different nationalities. They got the ICE agent uniforms on. It's gonna escalate and right there in your doorstep as well. So man, there's no escaping the judgment of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. A man shall desire to go, verse 17 of 2nd Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be what? Shall be troubled. The city shall be troubled. The houses, Salakia, the houses shall be what? Shall be destroyed, and men shall what? Shall be afraid. Grown ass men crying around him, crying and getting upset. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. This is what you're seeing is the judgment of the Lord, man. It's chaos all through America, man. All through America, chaos, confusion. This is Babylon. This place is where's more confusion anywhere outside of Babylon? Nowhere. Verse 19 of 2nd Esdras 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. No pity upon his neighbor. Everybody's selfish. Going to be what? Most Americans are selfish anyway. But who are more selfish than females and women? Americans are selfish. Most of them are selfish as hell. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So a lot of you women, man, you better get ready. But you can't get ready. You can't prepare yourself for the judgment of the Lord. What's gonna happen anyway. If the Heavenly Father is not with you, you're gonna get that lake of fire anyway. But shall destroy, because a lot of you all are going to be forced to take that thing. A lot of you are going to be forced to take that thing. But shall destroy their houses with the sword. And again, the modern day sword today is what? It's the gun. And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for what? And for great tribulation. Great tribulation. Jacob trouble. Okay, let's go to I'm gonna read a couple verses over here in 2nd Esdras 16. I'm gonna start at verse 16 and verse 17. 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras 16 and 17. Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days? The only people that are gonna be delivered in those days, and Jacob showed when the escalation of what? Of that violence increase, and then increasing of that violence is gonna be what? A bunch of gunplay. Right? 18 of 2nd Esdras 16:18. The beginnings of sorrows, and we're already at the beginnings of sorrow, meaning what? Jacob's trouble. And great mournings, and the beginnings of famine. This is what you see. And great death. The beginnings of wars. And the powers, Esau Edom, because he has all the power on the earth at this present moment, shall stand in fear. That is Habakkuk 3:2. The beginning of evils. Evils meaning what? Bad times. Hell. Hell on earth. This is what a lot of these people is catching right now, is hell here on earth in Babylon, America. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Nothing. Because Amos 3:6. So the trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid. Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord had not done it? No one is going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's just not going to happen. Verse 19, verse 19 of 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish. That word anguish goes into what? Suffering, mental suffering, right? Or sent as what? As scourges. Scourges goes into what? You being punished for a reason. And a lot of you all being punished because you what? You rebelling against, you still committing spiritual fornication against your God, man. A lot of you all still screaming your oppressor's God, man. JC. Behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and anguish and are sent as what? As scourges for what? And an amendment. And that amendment of what? Of an improvement and betterment. Because Esau Edom, he has done what? He didn't destroy the earth. The water, the food, the animals, the people. Esau Edom keeps you what? Keeping you sick. Behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment. Verse 20 of 2nd Ezra 16 and 20, I'm going to close it out. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be what? Away mindful of what? Of the scourges. Because all of these scourges goes into, and like I said, which is what? The betterment and an improvement of what? Of the earth. Because you're going to what? You're going to be afflicted like no other. For the sake of what? A punishment for your what? Your wickedness. So that no one say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rokah Kudash, Shalom.